Why Twitch TV? Why you no load? Am I supposed to run ads on these fools? Still not loading on my website either. Chat's just not loading. Alright, whatever. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna cast this game. I should probably record it. Get a guaranteed video. Let's see, what else do we have today? Whatever. I'll just Twitch upload it. I don't even want to dick around with wraps right now. Okay. Hey, hello everybody, this is Purge, and I'm bringing you guys an awesome pro game. It's going to be Star Series. DTS versus CLG is what we're watching here. And DTS, of course, the awesome Russian team who's been performing pretty well lately. Oh god, I'm still on Ventrilo, my bad. Get off event. Alright, sorry about that. DTS versus CLG. CLG, the Swedish team, captained currently by PyCat, but I believe Loda's the actual captain. Apparently he is back full roster, so, and Smogulig did get picked up for their team, so the current roster is PyCat, Aki, Loda, Smogulig, as well as Miracle. So lots of really great players there. They did really well yesterday, I believe, in the Join Dota Masters, if I recall correctly. I think they faced off against somebody in the finals. I didn't have time to watch it myself because I was casting, but I did hear a little bit about that, so pretty cool to see CLG doing really well. Once again, they're a Swedish team, and they're up against DTS here, the Russians, captained by PGG, but it looks like PGG may not be here. Goblack is currently captaining, but I'm not sure. I believe the second one is Vigos. I was told that yesterday. The Tidehunter who played yesterday for DTS was Vigos. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago? 2 days ago, Vigos played Tidehunter. He played very well. He was like 5-0, and he had like very few. He never died, I seem to remember. But anyways, first round bans, we see a Broodmother, Darkseer, Invoker, Lycanthrope, Chen, as well as a Nature's Prophet. First pick was a Windrunner, and then we see CLG going for an Enchant as well as a Leshrac. So go major pushing. It's going to allow them to take out towers very quickly. Ooh, looks like Loda's going to disconnect. Oh, sorry, he's not the captain. That's okay. So, no big deal there. And Shadow Demon will be picked up by DTS next. And they have one more pick here. So, they're going to have to be worried about counter pushing. I think a couple counter pushing heroes would be nice. Maybe a Beastmaster picked up. Beastmaster's also very good against squishy heroes like Enchant as well as Leshrac. Especially if you can catch them out of position, stun them for a couple seconds, burst nukes from your allies and yourself. And all of a sudden, they're looking at a lot of trouble generally. So. But with one more pick to come from DTS, we'll be seeing some fancy action out of them. I think the main thing they're going to have to worry about is that enchant. They're going for Sand King, lots of AoE magic burst, which will be quality. The main thing that they're going to have to worry about, though, is the Leshrac enchant push. What CLG is probably going to do, or at least what some of the other top teams do, is they smoke up enchant with a large creep. They'll bring maybe Leshrac or another support hero with. Get behind the tower, they'll dive the tower, usually it's on a solo hero, so they'll dive the solo hero, kill the hero, and then Diabolic Edict plus enchant creeps will just own the crap out of the tower. That's usually what we see. Now, if their laning is strong, for example, if it's not just like a solo Windrunner, if it's like a dual lane or something, it becomes much more difficult to dive because then you have an extra stun or an extra slow thrown into the lineup and make things complicated, but if DTS does it right, it won't be a huge deal, but it's generally tough to hold off. Most teams that do that strategy end up doing really well. I'm not sure if that's necessarily what CLG is used to doing or practice doing, but teams like Navi, Quantic really like doing that. Tidehunter will be their last pick, so they'll give them a great ulti at level 6, and currently they have a lot of heroes that are semi-countered by Black King bars, mostly countered at least. Enchant does as well. Can't use Impetus. And we will see into the second round banning now, so DTS going to start this one off. I think they want to ban maybe a solo hero, probably a Shadow Shaman. I think would be really wise this game. They do get first pick, so they could let Shadow Shaman squeak through if they want him themselves, but considering they already have a Leshrac as well as a Chen, or a Leshrac as well as an Enchant, I would almost say that they're just not going to go for that. So I'm going to open my windows quick so that my computer does not get loud, just in case. I'll be back 1 second. Sorry, guys. Hope you guys are prepared to hear birds. Windows open. Cool my room down. Get my new computer on Monday. Pretty excited. And looks like we see a Queen of Pain as well as an Anti-Mage, so interesting. Queen of Pain getting banned. She is a hero that gets played a lot, for sure. I would almost say like every 3 games or something like that I see her get played, which is pretty fun. Every 3 games or so. She is a good counter to Windrunner. She works good against Shadow Demon. She's generally the hero that people lane against Shadow Demons. This may say that DTS wants to solo their Shadow Demon, because usually teams will just draft up a Queen of Pain that's in some ways the best hero to counter Shadow Demon with, just because if she gets dispersed, she can just blink away and she takes way less damage from those illusions. Once again, guys, Twitch TV chat is not working right now, unfortunately. I am still loading it. It's been loading for a couple hours. Well, not hours, but like a couple 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes or so, and it's not loading for me, so I can't see chat either. It's not just you if you are in the dark like I am, and unfortunately, I do have viewer counts here based on XSplit, but that's about it, so sorry about that, I guess. Not my fault, but I wish it worked. But anyways, second round ban's also going to see an Enigma, Anti-Mage, and a Morphling, so a lot of carries getting banned up. Both teams afraid of each other using carries. But we are into the second round of picking. 14 seconds left. And then DTS is down to their bonus time, which they have quite a bit of. Both teams actually pretty healthy right now. Not making too many long duration mistakes that they're picking thus far. And probably looking for a support hero. Probably will be. Crystal Maiden, Vengeful Spirit, something like that, I believe, would be really smart just to get that into the pool. And they're actually going to go for a Bane. Okay, so this is going to be the second time that I've seen Bane in 2 days. We did see him yesterday. Did not work out at all. It was actually kind of terrible. Their tri-lane just got rocked like crazy. But this makes me think they might go Bane Totem. If they do that support kind of a thing. I don't know, was it DTS that played this lineup before? I don't remember which team it was, but they actually did a Shadow Demon Bane. I think maybe Priest of the Moon tri-lane. I can't remember who their third hero was. Lina? It was like Lina or something. It was like Shadow Demon, Lina, Bane tri-lane. It was real weird, but okay. Bane's going to provide some interesting things. Just seeing him played is fun. He doesn't really get played much in Dota 1 as far as I remember, but he does have some good things about him. His ulti is really strong, Nightmare is great, Brain Sap is pretty good, and Enfeeble is actually decent as well if you end up leveling up. But most Banes don't end up soloing, they end up just, at least on the pro scene so far, the one Bane that we've seen so far was playing to support, so he got to 6 kind of late, and then he was a little underfarmed and didn't really have a lot of skill points, and things went downhill, but that was kind of for other reasons. Mostly that they just got outlaned all over the place, so we'll see how CLG reacts to this one. I'm not really sure how they will. They're going to pick up a Crystal Maiden first. So with Crystal Maiden picked up, that'll round out their supports nicely. Sorry, I forgot to unplug my phone last night. Crystal Maiden going to round out the supports nicely. My roommate telling me to reload the Twitch page so that I can see the comments, but I did try that once already and it did not work. I'll try it one more time. Let's see. Give me damn comments. Reloading again. Still says offline. I'll let this sit though. Alright, down to a minute, and their last pick is going to be a Klinks. I never thought I'd see a Klinks in a pro game for a long time, and I talk shit about Klinks semi-regularly, but we're going to see it here, played. We'll see if it can work out. He's got to get a fast Orchid, fast Sheepstick, something, because he needs an item contribution. If he doesn't get an item up, Klinks just does damage, and that's usually not going to be enough. But he is a hard carry, undeniably a hard carry. They have decent turtling heroes. The only thing I'm worried about is they don't have a ton of counter push. They have like Power Shot and Shadow Poison. Shadow Poison is kind of meh for counter pushing. Now the last pick up from CLG, we'll see how they react to this. Might go Bounty Hunter, that would be kind of cool. If they do a Bounty Hunter, that'd be kind of a fun pick. One anti-synergistic thing that I'm seeing is that DTS has Bane as well as the Klinks. Bane actually, Nightmare and Klinks don't really get along because it's, well, I mean, you can Nightmare some random person. It's going to be a Ricky Maru pickup. So that'll be their hard carry. So we're going to see hard carry versus hard carry with the weirdest the weirdest matchup that I've seen in a while. Klinks versus Ricky Maru plus a Bane Elemental is in the game. I'm going to move my overlay now that we are going to be beautifully in. And I think that looks about right. You guys should be able to see that. So good. I have not played a Dota game, so my scroll rate is perfect. For DTS here, Live On going to be playing Sand King. We have Always Wanna Fly on Shadow Demon. Jackal is on the Klinks, Go Black is on the Bane, and I believe Who was... Maybe Vigos isn't even here. I don't know. I think it's this guy. I think this is Vigos. I seem to remember he had that little smiley face with no other tag previously yesterday. I'm not sure if PGG's here. I'm guessing that he's not, but I really don't know. I wish these players would just stick to their freaking tags so I knew who the hell they were. They can't really expect me to know all the ins and outs of their tag, which is very frustrating. Like, they might send me a message in 6 hours and be like, oh, that guy was obviously this guy. It's like, how do I don't know that, man. So, anyways, that's DTS looking for their enemies in their jungle. CLG doing the same in theirs. We have Loda playing the Leshrac. Smogolig gonna be on Tidehunter. We have Aki on Enchantress. Pycat playing a Ricky Maru. And finally, Miracles on the Crystal Maiden. Yes, my chat is still not loading, so I'm just gonna let that fly, I guess. Trying to make sure that I don't make any errors in the meantime that require any attention. But looks like Shadow Demon will be playing support, possibly. Clinks is gonna be on the bot lane. A couple pings happening. So it might be a Bane Clinks lane. Kind of interesting. Are we gonna see a solo bot from Dire team? They don't really have an appropriate solo bot, so it might be, looks like it might be a Tide. So yeah, Tide's gonna be soloing bot here. Pycat will be on the mid lane with the Ricky Maru. We'll have an Enchant jungle, Leshrac top, and who's their support? I know they need a 5th hero. Crystal Maiden? Where you at? Okay, there she is. I found her. Wait, really? It says she's right here. I don't see her. I'm assuming he's stunned this as a result of Crystal Maiden being here. He's gonna try to snake the haste. I'm pretty sure Crystal Maiden is right there, but it's a bug. Crystal Maiden, where you at? Well, I'm gonna try. Maybe it's just my dashboard that's not working. I'll go to my channel, try to watch it there. Let's see if it loads there. While we are waiting, might as well. Oh, I bet you I need to refresh my browser. It's probably what I need to do. I forgot my browser was having trouble with Twitch TV last night. Oh, okay, Disrupt, that's why she was missing. And there it is, haste gets picked up. This is going to be really bad for Crystal Maiden. Disruption. There's Enchant going down on the Shadow Demon to slow him down. Actually, it's going to keep Miracle alive, so good play so far. Nicely done. Alright, I'm going to try to destroy all my web browsers currently. Ooh, there's one that I want to save. I can't do this right now, unfortunately. Do not have time. Next time it pauses, I'll do that. And I'll get my comments loaded up. I forgot the Twitch crashed for me last night. Alright, going on Miracle once again. Another stun. Might see another dispersion. Couple more hits. There's a disruption. He is going to come out taking some damage. And a couple more hits here. Live on wants to kill. But the illusions, they are going to snag it. Crystal Maiden, that'll be first blood. Sand King dies immediately afterwards. So good trade for the Radiant team. Shadow Demon gets the last hit using those illusions there. And he will be healing up. So he's actually in the mid lane getting farm, it looks like. Or at least getting farm until Sand King comes back. But starting things off right. On the top lane, we have Windrunner versus a Leshrac. This is not so good for Windrunner because Leshrac does have so much magic damage. Magic damage goes right through Windrun. Has to be pretty careful. Leshrac's animation also pretty good, and their base damage about the same apparently. On the bot lane, there is Clinks free farming. It's going to be up against the Tidehunter, who has not gotten any experience yet. Bane has not done any pulling, but at some point he does need to get experience. He's literally not valuable, not very valuable at least until he hits level 6. And it's going to be a Tidehunter coming forward once again. Bane will be spotted by Tide now. Tide comes up for a gush on a creep, I believe. And this is not the best choice for Go Black. He's going to take some hits. And he does back off, losing about 200 HP. Not the best timing on that. I kind of wish he would just stack and pull, to be honest, instead of just doing, like, harass. I mean, I guess Tide will not get EXP this way, but is it really... It's a hard decision. Do you want Tide to not hit level 6, or do you want your Bane to hit level 6 faster? I mean, Bane could be getting EXP, denying creep waves. Tide would get some EXP as a result, but at least Bane would also be getting levels, and Bane's going to be really, really useless in the next couple minutes if he doesn't end up getting any EXP, so... Anyways, Sand King, low HP now. Pretty much solo, but SD's going to pick up the double damage, swinging back towards the mid lane. Going to be covering them. There's the first fissure. Or not the first fissure, the split earth on the Windrunner. You always want to cast that right when somebody is about to stop moving. Power Shot's a good example of this, and good pulling so far by Enchantress. Doesn't really need to do pulling, but able to pick up those big satyrs. That's 100 gold right there. Those are so nice to get. But with the Centaur up there is ganking possibilities, and she may come around. The range creep will be there. Centaur now coming. Doesn't want to reveal. I don't know if she has or not. Good positioning so far. This Centaur might get seen. It's very, very close, but Windrunner will trade hits, taking some decent damage from that one. And is she going to check out for the Centaur? She will spot the Centaur. Here comes the stop. Might get the stop. No, Windrunner is used, so Windrunner does get away. Or Windrun is used, excuse me. Another Rune Snow. No Rune. Not even close here, but Miracle on the high ground. Thinking about coming back mid. Ricky Maru getting some hits off on the Sand King. Needs to be a little careful, but he wants to kill. Blink Strike up to the high ground. There will be a smoke. Needs 2 hit. No, that's going to do it. Dispersion, Soul Catchers could be dangerous for Ricky Morrow. Going to take decent damage, but Crystal Maiden is here. That is the Frostbite. Frost Nova has actually already been used, and Pycat will survive this. Plenty of tangos up on him. Even friends giving him some tangos, but Shadow Demon will now heal up. So that's a good kill by Pycat now. Actually going for max backstrat, not going for Blink Strike max. Usually we see Blink Strike max out first. Not seeing it this game for some reason. See a stun from the Leshrac now. And how's Klinks doing on the bottom? Going double Searing Arrows, double Skeleton Walk. So not even going to pick up Strafe yet. Just concerned about last hitting as well as some good movement speed. And I kind of like this skill build. When I played Klinks last, I picked up a Strafe level at level 4. But I think this is also very smart because against organized teams, they will gank you with Dust and Wards. And at that point, the movement speed is the important part. They're diving the Windrunner though. Stun will land. Great stun from Loda. And that's going to guarantee Windrunner dies. First stun from Centaur. Wow, that was the easiest kill ever. That was like ridiculous. So easily done. Ensnare was used. Centaur in position. Didn't even need to do it, but great stun from Loda starting that off right. If he didn't stun right when she used Windrun, that would have been completely different. So as a result of ganking the Windrunner, they came from back. Miracle got the Frostbite off, and this is going to be the first tower going down. Edict has been used. He can stand at a perfect range so that the tower takes all of it. And Leshrac getting the first tower kill. So looking decent for the Dire team so far. Pycat getting a couple kills in the mid lane. Top tower is killed. Windrunner is shut down. Bot lane, Klinks is farming, but Klinks is going to be up against a Ricky Morrow. Is this really going to work out? I don't know, man. He will be going for an Aquila, doing a couple last hits on the Tidehunter. Picks up the Kraken Shell. There's going to be a advantage. They're actually going to go aggressive on this one. And here they go. Nightmare has gone away. We might should have seen some blocking from Bane Hollow. They might be able to get him even so with the Brain Sap. And no, he's going to survive with 60 HP. No, nice job by Klinks. Gets the last hit in. Searing Arrows, 40 bonus damage. That is plenty to do 60 damage. And so far, while these illusions doing crap loads of damage, that's really cool strat there. The Ricky Morrow illusions do actually have backstab, so despite doing pretty low damage, they're actually hitting the Bane Hall quite hard there. So great little gank off. They do finally get a kill on the bot lane, so things working out fine. He goes for a Aquila as well as a Wraith Band. So he basically has 2 Wraith Bands here. It's going to boost up his HP and his mana a little bit, as well as some nice base damage. So as you can see, even without Searing Arrows, he's hitting quite hard. 68 plus 12. And goes for a Rub the Magi. So he will be going for an Orchid this game. Orchid going to be very useful. Might see a gank on the mid lane. Looks like Shadow Demon in a lot of trouble. Does get smoked as well. And the Blink Strike from Pycat is going to clean things up. Even going to hit the Sand King a little bit, but he does have Soul Catcher up. That's a level 2 Soul Catcher. Bane wants something. Is he going to be able to put somebody to sleep? There's it is, Nightmare. And this is going to be a dead Crystal Maiden. No chance she will have surviving that. And the Burrow Strike. Easy way to break Invis. Or break Silence, sorry. Not Silence. Nightmare, sleep. So that's the kills. Windrunner now level 5. Power Shot on the top lane. And a little bit of rune checking. Pycat's going to find a regen. He's got to be happy about that one. It's always nice. Looks like we have lots of viewers, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Klinks may get ganked here. We're going to see the Gush. There's the Gush, only level 1. He does go invisible. There's the Blink Strike. Smoke as well. And that's going to be it for Jackal. Caught within the tower range. Plenty of slow being applied. One nice thing about Gush, guys. The slow is the same at all levels. So you can just pick up the max anchor smash, and that allows you to last hit as well as do a pretty good damage output early. And with Ricky Morrow there, Smoke as well as a little bit more slow. Well, Smoke providing the slow, of course. Dire team looking really strong. Edict doing damage on the top lane once again, but the tower will survive. Chance going to back up there, healing up Loda as well as herself, but only a level 2, so not the best heal ever. And then it's going to time out a little bit of wasted heal there, but not a big deal. And Loda with the fast Arcane Boots goes for Split Earth as well as Edict, spreading things out a little bit. Crystal Maiden might get caught. Bane's going to be looking for it. Its movement speed actually is really, really high, I now realize. Great base movement speed. Ricky Morrow wants this kill. He is invisible. There's the Frostbite. There's the smoke. Decent damage being done, and wow, a lot of damage being done. Loda also there gets the last hit. So far, this Bane not quite working out. Still is only level 3. Level 4, actually. Not a good roaming hero. Really needs to hit 6. I really feel like at the least give him pulling. Let him pull, stack and pull so that he can hit 6 at a reasonable time. But thus far, this hasn't been the case. There's only 1 level of Shadow Poison up. He's going to try stacking this up. Is this even worth the mana, though? I don't know, man. It's going to slow down the creep wave a little bit, but the push is coming. No matter what happens. And there's the Edict. They do not have a Glyph. There's the slow chase. There's the Blink Strike looking for a smoke. He does get Burrow Striked. So far, so good. Shackle on Pycat now. This could be dangerous for him. Power Shot. Stun on Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon taking plenty from Pycat. Pycat will drop him out. Looks like Bane trying to do something, but all he has is Brain Sap. Stun goes through, Crystal Maiden go down. Here's the ulti channel. Sanking gets it off. Ravage is not going to disable it in time. And he does die either way. Not enough damage being done. Klink's trying to help out. He's got boots and decent damage here. Couple hits on the shackle-shotted Leshrac, but is he going to get it? He does go invisible. He wants that kill. Leshrac, great juking so far by Loda. What did he just stun? I don't even know, man. Stun something. He will have an Edict. Edict does damage through invisibility targets. Klinks may grab a creep in the jungle. Looks like that one is already missing. And there it is. Couple hits on Loda. Is 2 going to be enough? He does get him 2 hit. Nice play by Klinks picking off that kill. The battle of invisible heroes, man. He's going to check this one. He's like, oh, my creep is gone. And he's still going to take the big one, which isn't a big deal. So it does increase your HP as well as the damage percentage that you do. So Rikimaru going aggressive once again. There's the ulti, or a little bit of a blast there on Rikimaru, as well as the Banshee. He's got 2 Shadow Poisons, needs more Shadow Poisons, and there it is. Great stun from Livon, and they do kill Rikimaru finally, ending his dominating streak. Oh, there was a Sentry Ward the whole time. That's why. So, nice kill there on Rikimaru. Started off the casting appropriately. Shadow Demon still not level 6 here, but Golblack is almost 6. Luckily, he has gotten some decent experience from some ganks here, especially probably on Rikimaru. A level 8 hero dying like that gives plenty of experience to much lower leveled heroes. Usually it ends up leveling them up a little bit. Windrunner about to pick up some phase, perhaps. And Klink's on the bot lane, finishes his first Oblivion staff. This gives him a little bit of regen. He's going to keep swinging into the jungle here, looking for highly leveled creeps. Let's see how much HP he gets. He's at 777. And here we go. He's going to get 100 gold from this one. Is he going to use it? He may not. There it is. Alright, so he gets about 600 HP out of that one, a little bit less than that. 600 HP is base damage is up to 131 plus 27. You want to use it on the highest HP heroes possible. And CLG once again is going to push up the mid lane. Level 4 Edict on Leshrac. They still do not have a glyph up. 130. So this is going to be a guaranteed tower kill. And it will get last hit by Leshrac. There's the stun. They actually want to go on the Crystal Maiden apparently. Golblack going to do a Brain Sap. And there's Crystal Maiden going down immediately. Rikimaru trying to clean up the Sand King, but he goes invisible. And Klink just might clean up here. A couple hits on the Tidehunter. Oh, they're actually going to banish out the Windrunner. He is still there. He still does that Death Pact for a couple more seconds, and Windrunner goes down. Klinks' damage is too high. So this is part of the reason they picked up Klinks, guys. Partially because they're fighting an Enchantress. So using Klinks, they can use Death Pact on these creeps, similar to the ones in the jungle. Give Klinks a nice damage bonus. He may even snag this one right now. Here he goes. He wants to use it. Not able to get within range, unfortunately for him, but the range is pretty short. But he can use it on Klinks creeps. Or Enchantress creeps, and the nice thing is that he does so much damage that he can just burst right through Enchantress's heal and her low HP pool. So far Klink's actually been working out, and if we look at the KD on the graph, Klink's is 4-1 and 0, 59 last hits here for the Dire team. We see a 4-1 and 3 Riki, and there are good things to say about invisible heroes, because I think the most important thing about invisible heroes, at least on a professional level, is that you can roam from lane to lane and nobody's going to know where you are. No one will have any clue. Just because you're invisible. Nobody's going to ward with sentries the travel spots. Like, no one's going to put sentries in your jungle. If you go through the jungle or something like that, you'll be fine. He does go invisible, picks up another Sage's Mask, as well as the Robe of the Magi, and Riki wanted to gank him, but he's probably being really safe here. He did see Riki as he was approaching. Might be going for a Death Pact in 10 seconds. Downside is that he's going to run out of mana here, but he will have a really, really fast Orchid. Enchantress also roaming towards there, and I guess Klinks wants to take the mid tower or something, but in the meantime, the Dire team now pushing bottom. There's the Edict. We may see a glyph, but this is going to go down no matter what. Probably better to save it for the next 5 minutes. And Rikimaru will try to last at this. He does not get it. Nobody does. Just a bunch of creeps. And mid tower now. Klink's going to steal a creep. Doing some damage from ranged. Decent damage being done, but here comes the chase. Smogolay going for a Ravage. There's the first Fissure, and going to see an Anchor Smash. He does get banished, though. Brain Sap, and this might stop the Chain of Initiation. Great dispersion casted there. Tidehunter not going to get a Ravage off. I thought for sure Bane was dead. Sand King Illusion's trying to slow them down. He's going to stun up to the high ground, running away now. And Radiant Team just trying to disengage as best as they can here. And they will be able to get away, so pretty close save there. Great dispersion. It's so nice to have both dispersion as well as Nightmare. That's 2 spells that just absolutely break the Chain of Initiation. On single heroes at least. Not on an enemy team, but on single heroes. Orchid getting very close to being done. Still needs 900 for the quarterstaff, as well as the recipe itself for the Orchid, which is 775. So but he's pretty close. It's only 12 minutes in the game. This is not slow by any means. He does have Skeleton Walk maxed out. Once again, I really like this choice. If you're playing against good players, you want to be able to have max movement speed. If they dust you, you want to be able to run like crazy, which is what's going to happen. If they don't chain stun him and he's invisible, he's going to be fast as hell. So Ricky Maru now picking up a Blade of Alacrity. We'll be going for Diffusal Blade next. Jackal pushing out the bot, farming things up a little bit. There's actually a Sentry Ward here by the Dire team. Might be wanting to use this to go after Klinkson. He is just about max movement speed. And there we go. It's going to be Oblivion number 2. 5.3 mana per second, giving him plenty of Searing Arrows. Could possibly use a Death Pact here as well on some creeps. We'll see. A couple Ogres in the jungle. Lots of Ogres in the jungle. Plus a Satyr. But the Dire team coming for the gank. They do have smoke. Wait, there's a 1 Sentry. And he does? No, just a lot of Sentry Wards. Loda in position on the bot lane, and he will strafe on the tower. Doing decent tower damage. This is looking real bad for him, though. Here's the sentries. There's the AoE slow. He does go invisible, but unlikely he's going to survive that one. And the Edict as well as the damage, and he does get picked off. So 4 heroes ganking, coming from behind you with plenty of sentry wards. Easy kill. Great gank there by CLG, and Klinks is picked off. Lose a little bit of gold there. Still had some reliable gold to back him up, but not fun for him. Miracle now going to the mid lane, going to try to slow this one down. Crystal Nova is maxed out, and there will be landed. No Shackle. Bane in position. He is level 7 now. Has used his ulti, apparently. I don't know who they ganked with that one. Somebody die recently? No. I don't know who used his ulti on, but apparently did not get a kill. That was pretty recently. Only about 40 seconds, so probably during that gank on the bot lane they ended up using one. Not quite sure. Point Booster now up on Leshrac. Probably going for a Bloodstone. We'll see if he translates or disassembles his Arcane. Makes it into a energy booster and then makes that part of his Bloodstone. Definitely possible. We see Storm Spirits doing that sometimes. I think there's definitely merits. Anybody who gets a Bloodstone merit, it's definitely worthwhile to go for that path. Arcane Boots into that Bloodstone. Very, very easy item progression. And it gives you some early benefit as well. Klink's in position, kind of wants to gank somebody. He's going to find a neutral. It's going to be a Troll Warlord. These have great HP, so plenty of damage and HP. He's got to 1500 here, 153 plus 42. And he's actually going to find an Enchantress. He may jump on her. He's going to think about it. And is he going to? He's thinking. Might wait for an ally. Instead, he's going to go for the Leshrac. Trying to keep Sanking alive. Sanking will stun this in 2 seconds. And there's the strafe. There's the stun. And that's going to be it for Loda. Channel ulti as well. So there's the Epicenter, but not going to kill anything but this Troll Warlord. Or the Ursa. And Klink still wants it. Plenty of damage being done. Does go invisible. Okay, this is Sentry. I was like, what is happening? How did he get that off? Ricky Maru does kill the Sanking, though. Burrow strikes down to the low ground, and Ricky was in position for the Blink Strike. Does have that maxed out now. Second Diffusal, or Blade of Alacrity. Robe of the Magi, so he's about 850 away from the Diffusal. There's the slow, there's the Entangle. DTS thinks he's going to get a kill, but instead Ricky Maru comes in. Easy kill, but there's the Nightmare. Nightmare gets casted on Ricky. Bane does have his ulti. Ooh, the Nightmare does get disrupted by Crystal Maiden. He wants Pycat to be able to get the kill. A little late, but that's okay. In the meantime, Windrunner pushing bot lane, goes for Arcane herself. Really wants to get this tower, tries the Shackle, so it's going to be a fight. Who's going to deny the tower, who's going to last at the tower, and it's going to be Windrunner gets the tower destroyed, teleporting out as well. Great play by the Windrunner. That was very, very close. I think if Windrunner would have attacked it one more time, she would have missed it. Her base damage is slightly higher than Windrunner's, or actually they're about the same, so yeah, that was a great play by Windrunner, making sure they got the tower destroyed. That was about a 500 gold difference. Klink stakes the double damage. Here comes the stun. This is really bad for Tide. He might have to ravage this, otherwise he is guaranteed dead. And he will go down. He pops the wand. That's going to keep him alive. Great play. There's the invisibility from Klinks. He wants this kill. There's the TP out. Is it going to be enough? Yes. Barely enough. 185 damage being done. There's the Orchid, as well as the Boots of Elven Skin. Great play by Tide. That was so close. Good job saving the wand till last chance. And unfortunately for him, Klinks had that double damage, so use it in his ulti on the melee creep. They want the damage. Here's the stun. Hits 3 heroes. Nice job. Shackle will land, though. Level 4 Shackle, so big disable. They're going to ulti that as well. He's taking a lot of damage. SK stuns through. Damage is being done, and they pick him off. Edict still hitting a little bit there, but ulti now on Enchantress. There's the silence as well, and the hits from Jackal are too high. DD was still up. Ricky Maru now going to take some big hits from Klinks. Klinks from range, man, so dangerous. Smoke going to possibly keep him alive for a bit, and no one will disable that. But they pick off 3 heroes there. Almost kill Klinks, or almost kill Ricky Maru as well. Klink's got to be real careful for a second. He's probably going to stay invisible until he can pick up a Death Pact. Tower will get last hit by Sanking, and DTS will now back off. So, rest of the Radiant team looking good. Bane up to 1800. Maybe he's going to rush a Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger actually very strong on Bane. Allows you to blink into your initiation and then get disables off. He doesn't necessarily need a lot of other things. His base stats got recently buffed, and he's actually looking quite healthy. 17 minutes in for support. So, and if we compare his HP to other people, yeah, look at this. Shadow Demon has double Bracer and just barely matching about what Bane is sitting at. Crystal Maiden the same, 800 HP, and Bane is higher than that, so he's no Tidehunter, of course, but he's not a strength hero. Not that he, in some ways, has the designation, because all of his stats are equal, but does pick up an Urn as well as a Bracer, so he will be going for stacking up the HP, buying some Sentry Wards as well, probably long overdue for purchasing things. Clinks once again going to be looking for some kills. Tide's going to find an Invisibility. We have an Invisibility duo going on, Sentry Ward on the low ground, and they will find an Observer Ward, so they do know that Tide is invisible, and they will back off as a result. They said, okay, they obviously saw us. There's more Death Pack going down, getting free last hits. He's now level 13 here. Windrunner gets caught. Does use Windrun, but caught in the smoke. So much slow there, and she will be killed. That was like the most ridiculous amount of slow. There's the Orchid going on the Tidehunter, trying to pick off that kill, but he might Kraken Shell proc. And then he will not be invisible anymore. Getting a couple free hits, 200 damage a hit on the Crystal Maiden now. And Nightmare. Ooh, who did I catch? It's Ricky Maru. Ricky gets caught. Almost killed, not killed. He does get killed. Sand King Ravage. Tidehunter might get picked out by Clinks. 2 hits, need 3, but the Brain Sap is enough. Great plays. And they trade Windrunner Sand King for a Tide Ricky. Dare say that was definitely worth it. Ooh, another disable on Bane. Attacks on the high ground. Crystal Maiden ults. What a great play by Miracle. And it's almost going to pick off. Yes, it does. Double kill, triple kill. Miracle is so good. Seriously, guys. Miracle is so good. I love when he makes plays like that. That was so awesome. Hides on the high ground as far forward as possible, and Miracle showing you can use Crystal Maiden ulti, guys. It is not bad. Goes on the high ground. If they do not have vision of you, you can pop out that ulti, and such a good play from Miracle. Swings that team fight the opposite direction. Great play. That is, seriously, guys, you do not see that often. Crystal Maiden making great plays like that. That was so good. Holy crap. Alright. Windrunner Mech. Arcane Boots, let's look at the graph. Since it's pretty even so far, Radiant is at an advantage. They're going to drop down a little bit due to that awesome Crystal Maiden play. And Enchant back in the jungle, 1200 gold. He's got a point booster going towards his Aghanim Scepter, undoubtedly. Tide here going for a Hood. Pycat getting some last hits. Pycat getting taken out pretty easily. Sentry Ward did get vision of him when he ran past. He got Fiend's Grip. Great Fiend's Grip. Fiend's Grip, great against Ricky Maru. Just shut him down. Don't let him cast his spells, pretty much. And Bane now level 9, 3 levels of Nightmare. We'll see if he picks up Enfeeble afterwards. I really think he should. It's such a good spell now. Reduces your damage by up to 100 as of level 4. And even Ricky Maru with Backstab, so he's going to be hitting for about 200 per hit or so with Backstab. Reduce that by half, and he's doing way less damage in team fights. Even casting on heroes like, I don't know, Enchantress is not bad. She does some damage. Most of it's pure, so it would not be stopped by Enfeeble, because it's like an extra component. But even still, not bad. Shadow Poison scouting things out. Still level 8. He did go for max Soul Catcher build. If you're playing a support role, I think this is generally the best way to do it. Makes your mana go the farthest. And even if you're a little under leveled, it doesn't matter too much. And DTS now pushing out the mid lane a little bit. Where's Ricky? I'm sorry, Clinks is actually here. He does pick up an Ogre Club, so it looks like he's going to go for a Black King Bar next. This is very smart. His damage is already really, really high. He's going to go look for a neutral, and then they're going to come back and gank. No, he's actually going to go farm the bot lane, I think, but he will snag this Wildkin first, probably. Always got to make sure to recycle your neutral creeps while you're here. And there he does pick that up, so level 14 now. Continuing to level up. Once he grabs the BKB, he's basically going to be able to jump into a team fight, activate his Orchid, get his Strafe off, and just do tons of damage. Not have to worry about stuns, not have to worry about smoke. All of these things will be stopped. Pretty much everything on the Dire team, other than Ricky's backstab damage, as well as parts of the Diabolic Edict, will be stopped by Black King Bar. Windrunner now being pursued a little bit. He does use Windrunner. Make sure, if he got Frostbite there, he would have been dead. Oh, they drop another Observer Ward up. Big mistake. Was a fresh sentry at least, but they did see them place that. Trying to pick off the Roshan as fast as possible. The Radiant team wants to fight it, though. There's a sentry down. They need to stop the sentries, but unfortunately for them, too slow. Did they have another sentry, or was that their last one? If so, they had another one back here. Yeah, that was their last sentry. So if they would have had a good sentry off, Bane looking for opportunity. There is an illusion for Pycat. These are going to go straight on him. They don't realize. Yeah, they now realize they're illusions. Power shot, good call. Kill those as fast as possible. Sentry Ward down, and are they going to get it? But there's another sentry. There's the Tide Ravage. Tide Ravage lands on 3 heroes. Clinks is going in, trying to pick off the Crystal Maiden. Blink in, trying to pick off Bane before he casts anything, and they do get him off. Leshrac gets dropped now by Clinks. Going to be changing targets, going after Tide next. He does get Frostbit though. Miracle's ulti not doing nearly the same, but a great shackle. That could be the death of them. Might see a stun. There it is, and it looks like Ricky Mar will get cleaned up 5-0. Ultra kill on Clinks, doing plenty of damage this team fight. Going after Roshan now. Just need to tank this up. Ricky is going to buy back, wants to try to disrupt this, but he may not get there in time. Clinks doing plenty of damage. Not going to have a death pact at least, but hitting Roshan for about 150 per hit. Taking a couple stuns. They're trying to tank this up. They need to take Roshan right now, but unfortunately they don't necessarily have the right heroes. Even going to see a focus fire at level 12. And there we go. Roshan will go down shortly. And there it is. He picks it up. There's the smoke on the low ground. Ricky Mar trying to get vision to maybe steal that up, but the rest of the team all backs out. So good steal there. Great team fight. Clinks is cleaving it, man. He will go for the Centaur. There it is. It's going to heal up nicely. It's up to 2,500 gold, so he's only 300 away, a mere 300 from his Black King bar. Just needs that Mithril Hammer as well as the recipe. Items coming to Shadow Demon. It's going to be a wand. Finally finishes his wand. 23-minute wand. No problem, guys. Shadow Poison for a little bit of farm here. And Ricky Mar looks like he wants a kill here. Smoke. There's the Diffusal Blade. There's the slow. So easy to pick off Shadow Demons as a Ricky Mar with the Diffusal Blade. And if you guys are playing Ricky right, this is what you do. You occasionally go gank. You say, alright, there's some guy farming. He thinks he's probably safe, but easy pick off for Ricky. You really have to adjust like your whole playstyle when you're up against an invisible hero. It's not necessarily fun to do, and this makes invisible heroes pretty annoying to play against, but Shadow Demon not safe here. It's just simply not safe. If Ricky Mar's alive and you don't see him farming somewhere on the map, you have to either have cover from allies or you... I don't know. I'm not really sure the best way to handle it, but you have to be so much more careful to those Ricky ganks. And it's the same thing for Clinks. Clinks can do the same thing at this point. This guy's BKB up, so we may see the Radiant team doing a lot of team fight at this point. But if anything, probably should have seen some really fast force staffs from some of these heroes. So at the very least, they would be able to cast some spells and get out of that smoke. The nicest thing about the Diffusal, it just keeps you in the smoke, and of course boosts up your agility as well, so your backstab does more damage. But thus far, rough game, and Loda, we'll see if Loda dies the same way. Jackal in position, but look who's covering. It's going to be Crystal Maiden. She does have a Sentry Ward up, so compared to the enemy team, CLG is playing a little bit more wise, keeping Crystal Maiden in position. There's another Sentry Ward up, just in case. So good plays there. Definitely the good way to react to it. Double Ring of Regen is up. SK is going to stun through. And Creeps will die, so it looks like they are going to push up the mid lane. Miracle going to slow this down just a little bit. Sentry Ward is up. They do not want Ricky Mar to get the jump on them. It's like Clink's actually grabbing a new Creeps. He's up to 2k HP right now using that Death Pact. Strafe is max. He's level 70. He's got his BKB. He's got his Orchid. Here's the Focus Fire in the mid tower. Strafe will be used by the Clinks. He does dodge the stun. There's the Glyph. Loda thinking about going in. They may back off from this. Gotta be so careful when the Glyph is up. And Clinks is going to finish that off. No deny coming from Crystal Maiden. Clinks' damage just too high here. And they may... Yeah, there's a Death Pact running out. They may just play it safe for a second. He's going to run into the jungle most likely. Grab another Death Pact and do some more pushing. But the creeps are gone there. See if we got... It's going to be a Centaur down here probably that he will snag. No, he's actually going to just back off. Go back into the push. We'll be able to take a melee creep at least, but... It's got to be careful. In the meantime, split pushing going on. Pycat pressuring the bot lane. While DTS now pushing bot. A little bit of Death Pact on an allied creep, boosting up his damage as well as HP, and they will take the tier 2. Ricky Mar going to be a little slower to do so on the bot. We'll see if they are on the top, sorry. We'll see if they TP to that. And there's the TP, double TP. It's going to keep their tower alive. It did take decent damage, but Ricky Mar doing his best to pressure. Unfortunately, he cannot push nearly as well as a hero like Anti-Mage. And a haste on Leshrac, he still does not have his Bloodstone. If he disassembled this, he would probably have the gold. If he disassembled his Arcane, he may want to keep on both. I seem to remember when Loda gets Bloodstone, he actually just keeps the Arcane boost up, which has some merit. Getting your mana pool really, really highly up on Leshrac is sometimes good. You don't really need the treads or the boots of travel like a Storm Spirit often does. And Bane does look like he's picking up stat levels instead. He's not going for the Enfeeble. This is part of the problem with Bane, is that he actually jungles very slowly. His decent attack animation, but all he really has for creep dealing abilities is Brain Sap. So, and he's saving his mana, going to pick up his level 2 ulti, so his Fiend's Grip is now going to do 155 damage per tick, up to 5 seconds. It is really strong. If you don't get stunned, that is. That's the hard part. Clink's looking for kills. Does have Death Pact up. Ricky Maro in the jungle, going to clean up that creep, and probably, he could have actually maybe gone on there, but his invisibility backed out, so he broke line of sight. We'll be looking for Ricky Maro going for the next creep camps. It's not going to be the weak camp. This camp is despawned, and Ricky Maro's actually just going to go meet up with his team, so nothing going to be scouted out there. I feel like Ricky should maybe have more items in this for 27 minutes, but thus far hasn't been doing as good as he could have. And there's going to be Crystallis, so going for a Brizza, or Daedalus, sorry. Daedalus on the Clinks next, gives him lots of crit opportunities. Illusion top lane. It's going to be back into the jungle looking for a Death Pact. He will snag it. Boosting up his HP by about double. He may just lay wait, yeah. This gives him about 1,000 HP. Radiant team pushing top, wants to take the tier 2. Nobody is in position. Shadow Demon will ward on the high ground, so... Well, where is CLG? They're just going to let these towers fall. I guess they know that they can't fight it, so... In the meantime, Clink's looking for free kills. He will find Crystal Maiden, and here comes the silence and a couple hits. Easy, easy kill. Nothing she can do about that one. 4 hits, goes down. Clink's reign of terror has begun. Tidehunter's going to TP out. He doesn't even have to want to deal with the Clinks. And in the meantime, the rest of DTS is now pressuring the racks. Clinks is on his way. Death Pact up in 12 seconds. So he will have a very short period of time here where his HP is lower. Load in position, looking for a stun. We'll land it. See if we do it. Oh, there's the sounds. Clink's in position. There's the Tide Ravage. The Fiend's gripped. Does get disabled by the Tide Ravage. There's the BKB now up on Clinks, but unfortunately his Death Pact is down. Kind of a bad timing there. He is going to possibly Death Pact, who doesn't get much out of that. He hits it first. Loses some very, very precious heal as well as damage. And this may be a problem for DTS. Great Ravage there, disabling that Fiend's grip. Not able to keep Tidehunter disabled. He's getting closer to the pipe, and that was a little bit of a failed team fight from DTS, but... They're probably still pretty happy here. Clinks has so much farm, and if we compare his farm to Ricky Maro's, he is up 10k versus 14k, so one major item more or less up on the Ricky Maro, and the gold graph is climbing 75 and up. SK going to TP back, defending the bot lane. He does have his Aghanim Scepter up, so his ulti is going to do so many more pulses, bringing himself a TP scroll. DTS still pressuring the top lane. Going to see a gush on Windrunner. Does force staff forward. Ricky Maro wants to kill the Bane. There's a Sentry Ward before he ends up dying, but does not get out of their shackle. It's going to stop the Ricky Maro, but they still get the kill. The Bane really needs a force staff or something. Not enough HP by any means. Clink's still in the jungle. He's going to pick up a Satyr. Crap loads of HP now on him. He may find either Tide or Crystal Maiden. I don't know if you can hear them or not. And there's a Bloodstone, so he does disassemble his Arcane Boots, picks up the Bloodstone. He may go for either Phase or... Ooh, they're going to find Tidehunter. Good damage, good stun as well, and Smogoleg not going to be able to survive there. Great play by Jackal as well as SK. They thought that they left their jungle, but really they stuck around. Possible Crystal Maiden kill, we'll see. No silence, silence in a second, and nothing. Almost a stun from Loda, but doesn't happen. Illusion is used. And now they kind of reign supreme in their own jungle, so Dire Team afraid to come out. They do still have a Ricky Maro, who's of course invisible, but all he has is an Ogre Club. Doesn't have his BKB finish, so he's definitely behind on Clinks by about a Crystallis plus 2k gold here. Crystallis really not that expensive, so only 2100. He will be farming that Daedalus up. Once he grabs the Daedalus, kind of unlikely that he will be dying this game. And with a pipe and a mech and a 4-step up on Windrunner, she's very survivable. The only thing she's really missing is a bigger armor pool. Ricky Maro can probably still cleave through pretty quickly. There's the pipe. They're going up to the high ground. Might get a disable off. Nope. Clinks is just going to be hitting it. But they do pop the glyph. Coming for the chase. Nothing. Clinks needs new Death Pact. 10 seconds here. We have to wait till he snags that one. He does grab a Wildkin, so that'll be some good HP. 2 seconds left on that. Rest of his team not ready to fight, and that will put him up to 2k HP, hitting for 186 plus 89. Just about has the Daedalus, still needs about 1,000 gold for that, but they'll probably still push up anyways. Gold graph is high enough where they can do this. I don't think this is a bad choice either. Ricky Maro can outcarry you, but he hasn't really had a place to farm for a very long time, so far CLG is doing great. There's the BKB, he's just going to hit it from the low ground. Quite a few misses, but he is doing the damage. They just want to be able to kill the tower. How many misses are we going to see here? This BKB is almost out. Here comes the initiation. They want the Ravage. There's the Gush. No Ravage yet. CLG not willing to go for that one, I guess. Sentry up on the high ground. Whose is this? This is a Dire Sentry. And this one is a Radiant Sentry. Apparently they're not within range of each other. Power shot coming through, nothing. Mech up on Enchant. Here Clink's using another Death Pact. Going to find a Ursa, so great HP now, 2100. More Shadow Poison. Such a stalemate here. In the meantime, Ricky can go farm, I guess. Tries to get his BKB up. He is really close. About 600 gold away. If he grabs it, he can actually dive and be really aggressive. Still has to worry about the Ricky Maru, but... And in the meantime, DTS does ping that. They say, okay, Ricky Maru's not here. The tower will get taken out. Tide's going to ravage, though. They're going on Clinks. Clinks does have the Aegis at least, but he might get picked off. Burrow Strike, Epicenter comes through. Does good damage, but that is Clinks going on. He'll respawn shortly. Loaded now with the ulti on him. Miracle going to ulti this as well. Doing decent damage, but the burst damage is too much to Shackle as well. Their HP is too high. Sand King goes down. Windrunner from the high ground. Clinks has respawned. He does not have a Death Pact up. It is now respawning, and there goes Death Pact, boosting up his HP just a little bit. Going to be hitting the melee barracks, and Clinks wants a fight. He does have his BKB, has not purchased it yet, though. Wants to save for buyback just in case, and the melee barracks will go down with that BKB from Clinks. 2 seconds to the invisibility, and a couple more hits on Windrunner. But with the Windrunner up, she'll be absolutely fine. Shackle, nothing. Smogulig will be fine. And they will take the melee barracks, so DTS is going to back off at this point. Taking their advantage. Clink's probably going to finish up his Daedalus, giving him some more crit and damage possibilities. So far, so good. DTS playing a good role. I hear a gem. So there's the Daedalus recipe. Does he actually have it? Yes, he does. So he will have the Daedalus. Gem at base. Not sure who bought that one. There's the Demon Edge on the way. And there we go, CLG going for Roshan. They want to make sure that Ricky Maru is able to get this over Clinks. The Daedalus on the way, and there it is. 203 plus 89. Daedalus picked up, plus 81 damage, 25% chance to crit for 250. And they realize they cannot go for Roshan at the moment. Clinks is going to be scouting things out, finds a haste rune. He can now break invis and still be max movement speed. And they realize that CLG was previously by the Roshan. And Veil up as well on Sand King. He's going to do so much AoE damage in the team fights. Clink's going to try to solo Roshan this, doing plenty of damage. CLG getting in a position, power shot scouting things out. They know where they're at. SK going to stun the mid wave. Does not want to give them map vision. He goes invisible. Dodges a little bit of damage. And Clinks is about to do it. And there we go. That's the Aegis earn as well. He will be death pacting on a regular creep. Might see a team fight. There's a stun. Leshrac gets caught. Might see an Epicenter channel. Still waiting 10 seconds for the blink, so SK will not be ready to go quite yet. And going in on the Bane once again. Bane's going to get picked off right at the start. BKB up on the Ricky Maru. And Clink's going to get caught as well. Dust as well goes down. They may get a double kill here. Shackle now on Leshrac. There's the Sentry Wards all down. They want this kill. The Epicenter comes through. Tons of AoE damage, killing almost everybody on CLG, but they massively heal up after the fact. Crystal Maiden goes down. SK is going to die as well. Clink's now backing up. Wants to pick off the Tidehunter. 2 hits. Easy kill. Ricky Maru jumping on Clink's. The carries are finally fighting one another. Want to get a Shackle off on Pycat. Not able to snag it, but the Soul Catch doing a lot of damage. Couple more hits, and that could be it for Pycat. He will go down. Great pickoff. Great Epicenter SK. That was so big. Perfect timing on that. Saves the Clinks. He was completely surrounded by the enemy team. And it looks like the top range barracks does get destroyed. Bane died, SK died, Clinks burned his Aegis, but they killed Ricky Maru as well as the Tide Crystal Maiden. May be able to push up the mid lane, taking it racks now. Illusion's hitting from the low ground. And Strafe is being used. DTS takes the tower, going for the melee barracks. Gonna see a stun from Leshrac as well as some lightning, but the pipe is up, keeping the melee creeps. And the other creeps just generally alive. Enchant getting banished, and that will be the melee barracks, so immediately going invisible, backing off. They do not want to overpress their advantage. Melee barracks is more or less as good as taking a full Rax. And we'll see Windrunner clear out the bot lane. Definitely needs some kind of regen. Possibly going to go for a... most likely going to be a Sheep next, but she is long overdue for some mana regen. Once you get a pipe as well as a mech up, your mana pool gets hurt so much as a Windrunner. And it looks like SK wants this gold. Going to be TPing in here. A little surprised about that one. He will stun through, and there is the Caustic Finales. I would have thought you would let Windrunner farm it up, just to try to get up the Sheep Stick, but Clink's looking for more kills, though. He's going to spot out the Enchantress. He can go up on the high ground now, since there's no tower up. They may have Sentry, so he's got to be very careful. Dire actually does have a Sentry up here, but there's the Initiation. Loda taking some hits. Going to be backing off. He goes for Treads instead, going for as much HP as possible. And go black in the jungle, level 12, still no enfeeble levels, trying to get up his HP as high as possible, just so he doesn't die as many times. I really wish he just got a fast Force Staff. Maybe if he didn't buy, like, earn Bracer when he had all that gold. Maybe if he just would have bought a 4-staff, things could have been so different for him. Seriously, if you're up against a Rikimaru, a Bracer's not going to keep you alive. You need a 4-step. You got to get out of the smoke. If you're out of the smoke, you can cast. You can at least banish yourself. You can at least maybe do a Fiend's Grip or a Brain Sap. But if you're under the smoke, you can't cast anything. You're just a walking meat bag that Rikimaru is gladly going to swipe apart. So I really wish he got a 4-staff instead. I think that's one mistake coming out of DTS is they didn't have a 4-staff off on the Bane. But, well, maybe he'll learn from it after this fight or after this game. He has been picked off so many times from the Rikimaru. I mean, Riki's up to 11, 4, and 6. Go Black has died 1, 6, and 12, so he's got good assists at least. It's not the end of the world, but I'm sure he's unhappy about his contribution thus far. They will find a Observer Ward and as well as a Sentry, so that's a gem at work. Gold Graph still looking good, 15k and climbing, 66 versus 45. And last hits so far on Clinks, he's up to 210, 155 Windrunner, 154 on Sand King. So really not performing as much as a major farm role, but he's 16, 3, and 5. He has so many kills, and that's kind of the better playstyle for Clinks. You don't really want to spend that much time farming. You are an Abyss hero, so it's more of like a ganking carry role, similar to what Rikimaru does. He's actually going to think about backdooring this ranged barracks. He's got the double damage up. Is he going to do it? He's going to strafe and go for it. Clinks the master of backdoor, and there it is. Range barracks is down. He's going to go invisible. He does go invisible. There's the smoke as well, but they're still pursuing him. He doesn't have an Aegis, so he's got to be so careful here. Is going to be running away. Does Ricky have it? Oh my god, Ricky has his gem. He's going to get the kill. Is he? It's going to be close. Blink Strike. Blink Strike. Yes, he gets the kill. Clinks goes down. Godlike Streak, 660 gold. Awesome job. Ricky going for the counter gank there. And there's a team fight happening now. Go Black, low HP, but no smoke there to disable him. There's the epicenter. There's the Veil as well. Decent damage being done, but not a whole crap load. Not close enough to the enemy heroes. Stunned now by Loda. He's coming in for the AoE damage. Rikimaru going low HP. Impetus doing some damage to Windrunner. Go Black trying to get a disable off. Does do a Nightmare. Still isn't able to use his ulti. But Clinks is coming through. Going to start cleaving. Wow, picks off Crystal Maiden in 3 hits. Tide might be the next. One more hit left up, and then he pops his wand. Shadow Demon with the Ghost Scepter. BKB now up on Pycat. Pycat may get some revenge, and yes, revenge is done. Sand King might go down. Shackle on the Tide. Ultra kill on Clinks. Might even clean up the last here, and he does. That's it. Rampage. Clinks picks up the Rampage. He's happy. CLG calls good game, and a very, very well played. Awesome strategy. Not only an Atropos Bane Elemental, but also a Clinks. That was awesome. So, it's official, guys. Clinks is viable. It's official. Free farm. Turn that into a little bit of ganking, pick up that Orchid, and able to counter a lot of heroes. Maybe it's just their team lineup. Maybe it was just the way that CLG played it, but DTS playing a great game. Going to take out the triple racks, beating out the Rikimaru, and that's it. So, awesome game by DTS. Been playing really great lately. Like, seriously, guys, they've been playing really great lately. Takes out CLG, one of the best teams in Europe at the moment. Anyways, this is for Star Series. My name is Purge. I believe we have a Star Series announcement. I haven't done this in a couple days, so let me look it up quick. Where it is. Where is it? Where is it? To scroll in my Skype conversations. It's basically has to do with you guys can end up watching or joining the league, I believe. Alright, there we go. Register in starladder.tv, a amateur series. Participation is free. The number of participants is unlimited. The best teams will get pro and semi-pro status. Details are at dota2.starladder.tv. If you have any questions, write them on the forum on the topic, in the topic of main tournament referee, and he will help you. So that's what Starladder wants me to tell you. And other advertisements, go check out me at youtube.com/purgegamers. Of course, ghostygamers.net for all of your esports coverage. And also, we just started off the Ghostly League yesterday. All those VODs are on my Twitch TV channel, so if you're busy watching the Join Dota Masters, you can go watch all of those. I have them all categorized under video and VOD titles and games. Really, really great little mini tournament. So it's open qualifiers, so lots of great up-and-coming teams got to perform well there. And we're doing another one on Wednesday, pretty much every Wednesday and Saturday, so make sure you come back from that. Anyways, I'll be back in a second, guys. We have more Star Series coming for you, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in a second.